Today we had a visit from Roosevelt from Miami, a colleague for the first time we met. Very nice guy. He's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu fighter, professional. But he's, for me the main thing is that he keeps fish and we share a lot of the same tastes in fish. He transferred this red Tabajo pike to us. That's been causing problems in his tank long enough that he had enough of it. It was fighting with other fish. I forgot if you mentioned which ones. At first I put him in the 1800 gallon, but when we both saw how thin he is compared to other fish in there, I took him out, and I have just 2 minutes ago I transferred him into this 240 gallon. The kelberi took offense to him. He was trying to dominate him, but he would answer right back. A minute in the tank, the pike was answering right back, charging, opening mouth, standing his ground. I don't know if he's going to work out in this tank. I'm pike illiterate. This is the third pike ever that I've ever had. I had one for a long time in the 4,500 gallon, but that was a long time ago. I think like five or 7 years ago. And of course we have one from Mike and Amanda in the 1800 gallon, which is about the same length but much thicker. So if you see any potential problems in this tank, let me know. I don't know if he will harass the tarpon. I don't want it. I hope the kelberi will come down and stop attacking or stop dominating the pike. It's a good tank it would be a good tank for it because of how we feed it. The food lays around for a while, so it pike will have a chance to explore new foods, the cut fish and the pellets, and take to them. See, the pike is puffing up and answering back. So far it's been pretty, innocent. No bites, just charging and pushing. None of this was happening in the 1800 gallon where there's a lot of peacock bass. So in a smaller tank where there's a lone peacock bass, kelberi. He's kind of a little runty because he's the smallest of the batch. That's why he's still here alone. Kelberi overall is probably one of the smallest, if not the smallest, out of the popular peacock species, peacock bass species in the trade. Yep, I think this kind of behavior got the pike kicked out of Roosevelt's tanks. So he brought it to us as a rescue and a nice present. I mean, he could have sold it for good money, but he's a nice guy. He cares about the fish. He cares about us. So he wanted the best for this fish. We're gonna try and provide that. We're gonna aim for that, of course, but you know, given our little pike knowledge and that anything can happen with live critters. I can't vouch or guarantee anything. You can tell its gender also, or teach me how to tell the gender. I'd appreciate it. Is it the same as with other tobacco? The white should be seen, the white edge on the dorsal fin, followed by black and followed by red. That's for the females, I think. This one doesn't have white edging, or not much of it, so it could be a male. Where's the other guy from Amanda? Here's the other guy from Amanda and Mike. Mike and Amanda is doing pretty well on the 1800 gallon, but he's thick. Nobody's touching him. Well, nobody has touched him so far, even though he's even as thick as he is. He's still one of the smaller fish in this tank. Or she, I forgot what we decided this genter was. I think we decided it's a she. Even though she doesn't have the white edging, but somebody said that they don't always have that. Alright, so if you could tell me if you expect any problems, if the pike will bother tinfoil, or the tarpon, or the catfish. There's nobody else in there. 4 tigrinus, 2 pleco, 1 granulated Pterodorus granulosus, 1 Piraiba, and this odd trio, tarpon, tinfoil, and pea bass. Now a pike joined this menagerie. I could have probably left the pike in there as an experiment, but I kind of forgot that we transferred the tiger shovelnose, the one in the back or in the middle over there hovering. He's got a big mouth, he could have swallowed him, so I couldn't leave the pike in here. I forgot about this fish in there that came recently from the botched rescue of Williams fish. Of course, I was worried that the largemouth and the bigger peacocks may try and eat him too, but they weren't paying. I mean, they're hungry. Today's the feeding day. They're hungry, but they weren't paying attention to the pike, so that was promising. So maybe I with the feeding tonight, I could have left the pike in here, but the tiger shovelnose, as soon as I saw him and remembered, I changed my thinking. Okay, we'll let him be, let him come down. Learn the ropes of this tank, and perhaps he will fit in just fine. A little scuffed up, but this is not from here. This is from his prior tank, where he was getting in constant battles with, I think, Oscars and peacocks, or Orinoco peacock bass. I think Roosevelt said his tank is 265 gallons, so it's very comparable to this 240. Just a little shorter and deeper, I mean wider than this one. One day later, everything seems to be fine, calm down. I haven't seen any conflicts between the peacock bass and the pike. I fed yesterday night, of course. Pike didn't feed yet. First of all, it's still stressed from the move, and second of all, maybe it's not recognizing the food yet, the pellets and the cut fish. Nobody's bearing any new damage or significant damage. The tarpon, the tin foil. So the peacock, the catfish are okay, so of course one day is nothing yet to write home about, but it is what it is for now. For now everything seems fine with the pike addition to this aquarium. It has claimed, seems to have claimed that cave. At least it spends a lot of time in there. Hopefully we'll get its brighter colors a little later. Just like Mike and Amanda's pike did too. The first couple of weeks it looked pale, when it didn't look like much colors at all. Why are you freaking out? You're knocking out your scales. The tarpon is not a smart fish, it seems. This damage on the tarpon is self-inflicted. This tank is a little too small for it, and it's too much furniture for its taste, probably. Probably need to take out that coral piece. Even though some catfish like to lay on it sometimes, the tigrinus. For the sake of the tarpon, I probably should do that. Anyhow, back to the pike. Seems we're gonna pen it down as success for now.